stop putting people in jail for trying to express their opinion. They're peaceful and they're expressing themselves in many different formats, and Turkish democracy and the strength of the Turkish society is only going to suffer with writers in jail.
İfade özgürlüğü konusunda Türkiye'ye açık çağrıda bulunan bu kişi, Uluslararasi Yazarlar Birliği'nden Karlekar. Amerika'nın tehdit altındaki ifade hürriyetleri bölümünün başkanı olan Karlekar, Türkiye'de OHAL sonrası gelişmeleri 30+'ya değerlendirdi.
Well, what we've seen is, for several years, a deterioration for the media and for press freedom and for conditions for journalists. And this deterioration has been, cataloged by a number of human rights and press freedom groups around the world, including the Committee to Protect Journalists, including Freedom House. And what we see now with the recent coup is a widening of this crackdown to include all types of free expression. So, as I mentioned, it's not only journalists that are now under fire; it's prominent writers, who write literature, who write poetry, who speak out, who write blogs, also academics, so many professors, many people who are part of the academy and are not, known to be very politically active, are also facing, firing from their jobs, travel bans, and severe forms of harassment. It's a much wider crackdown, and it's affecting now hundreds of people, affecting all types of free expression, and it's an incredibly worrying development for democracy in Turkey.
Karlekar, Uluslararası Yazarlar Birliği olarak neden Türkiye'ye odaklandıklarını anlattı.
PEN America, and then also the PEN network as a whole, we've really taken on a number of cases in Turkey. It's probably the main country that we're focusing on right now. So the Altan's case is a key case. I mean, as sort of top writers and academics, but we're also looking at the case and campaigning on behalf of Asli Erdoğan, on Neşmi Alpay, and on a number of other writers. And every day I'm getting more emails from the relatives and colleagues of people who are facing threats. So it's a very worrying development. I mean, Turkey right now has more writers and journalists in jail than any other country in the world, even China or Iran. So it's actually doing the worst in terms of the crackdown on free expression.
Karlekar, hapisteki gazeteci, yazar ve akademisyenlere bir de mesaj gönderdi.
Well, I think it's very important for them to know that the world is watching. Writers around the world, translators, academics are very concerned. They are standing in solidarity. I know many people have been writing to the writers in jail in Turkey, signing protest letters, signing petitions, trying to speak out and address this situation. So I want them to know that they're not alone and they're not forgotten, even if they're in jail right now.